with the one and only boxing guru for this episode of Under the Microscope. We're going to focus in on the big fight, little fight being scheduled to be made. That's between Manny Pacquiao, an 8-division champ, against Mickey Garcia. This is a big little fight because Manny is big in stature. If you get a chance to fight Manny Pacquiao, it's a big payday and it's an honor and a privilege because he's the first and only 8-division champ. Well, I call it a little fight because both Manny and Mickey Garcia's statures are the same, 5'6". So that's kind of short for the welterweight division. So I call this the big little fight that's being scheduled to be made. This fight was being made for a long time. It started first with Mickey Garcia. When Mickey Garcia decided and demanded to fight Errol Spence when he moved up from the lightweight division to fight the welterweight champ, Errol Spence. Mikey knew he was going to lose that fight. He just didn't want to get knocked out, in my opinion. So he set it up because Mikey was his own boss when he went over to PBC, coming out of a 2-year bad contract with Top Rank Boxing. So Mikey sat down at the table and set up, him and Al came up with this master plan in my mind, from my mind state. Because Mikey knew that he needed the big fights. He needed to catch up for those 2 years of inactivity, sitting on the shelf. Probably the money he lost, the legal fees or whatever he had to go through to get out of his bad contract with Top Rank Boxing. So Mikey carefully, after he defeated E-Bunny, Robert Easter, and unified the belts at lightweight, he moved up. Fought one fight at 140 pound, grabbed that money. That was some good money because he was a unified champ at the lightweight division, a 2-time champ or 3-time, he was like a 3 to 4-time champ. So that was good money for Mikey. So Mikey raked up a lot of money from the E-Bunny and the Sergey Lipinets fight when he won the WBA junior welterweight title. So that set up his master plan showdown with Earl the True Spence in Texas. It was lit in front of a crowd of 50-some thousand. I was in attendance for that fight. It was a major fight. So Mikey knew he was going to lose the fight. He just didn't want to get knocked out. This helped Earl Spence become a star, and it made Mikey become a bigger star because he had the kahunas, the balls to challenge somebody that didn't nobody believe he would take on that big task of Earl the True Spence. So when Mikey sat down at the negotiation tables, in my opinion, he set up a 2-fight deal. He'll lose to Earl to create Earl buzz and make him a big star. And then he has to be guaranteed another big mega fight before he retires. Even though this process took a little while because of COVID and what Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao had to conquer, but everybody stayed true on their words. So that's why Mickey Garcia is getting this fight. In my opinion, he don't deserve it. He ain't won. He only won one fight at welterweight. That was Jesse Vargas. He beat him. So in my opinion, this was just like a business deal. So Mikey definitely set this up beautiful. So that's why this fight is going down in May. That's why Pacquiao relinquished the belt, because he can get 2-for-1s. He can fight Mickey Garcia, which that's a fight I believe Manny Pacquiao is going to win. So he going to win that fight. And then they're going to want to see how let Errol Spence capture what he's supposed to capture. The unified belts against Ugas, I think it's going to be Ugas. So he had 3 belts. And then that will give Mikey the chance to decide if he's going to step in the square circle with Earl the True Spence. He'll get another chance to see how Earl fights and hope he hoping that Ugas can lay some damage on Earl after his car accident so he can jump in and take that mega fight. And then he can sneak through the door and fight Bud Crawford or somebody. But this fight is definitely calculated like chess. It was definitely thought out. It was mastermind. So that's why we getting this fight. Mickey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. These are the words of the one and only boxing guru. For this episode, I'm picking Manny Pacquiao to beat Mickey Garcia, and Mickey Garcia going to be ready to retire at the age of 33 years old. This would be his cash out fight. This should be on pay-per-view because I believe Manny still's a big draw, whether he has a belt or not. Plus, Mikey can bring in a lot of fans. They probably will have this fight in L.A. I think L.A. should be open. They can have this down at the Staples Center. It'll be electrifying, or in Vegas. But I prefer for this to be in the Staples Center. This would be electrifying for the state of California with its Mexican Latino descent. So this would be huge. These are the words of the one and only boxing guru for this episode of Under the Microscope. Manny Pacquiao versus Mickey Garcia. The big little fight.
Subscribe to me if you want more of the Boxing Guru Show.
Come get it. 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 Come get it.